guys, and welcome to Total Survival. Today we're going to be discussing how to plan your evacuation route and how to use Google Maps and hard copy maps to help you do that. We're also going to have a special guest come in and do some interviews to answer some questions. This is my husband Thomas, and we are going to talk about all the important factors that go into planning an evacuation route.
How you guys doing?
How do you do a route assessment?
First of all, I think you need to consider the area in which you live, your home, and what roads are readily available. Perhaps if you have interstates close by, or if you live in the city, you need to look around and essentially find the best way to move away from the population.
Okay, and where are you starting from?
For example, I live in El Cajon, which is right off a major highway, which is the I-8, which goes in from El Cajon, California, to the east, which will take you into Arizona. So it goes from a very populated area here in San Diego area to the east to like Yuma, and then from there you can get the 10 and further east coast.
Okay, and who are you planning on taking with you? Hopefully me? Anyone else?
Yeah, in this situation, if we had a situation where we had to get out real fast for a natural disaster or anything like that, my wife would be going, obviously myself and my 2 dogs.
Okay,
and whatever stragglers we find along the way.
Yeah, right. When we're leaving, what car are we gonna take?
We're gonna take our Armada. It's a Nissan Armada. It's a newer vehicle. It's got better, it's a pretty bad gas mileage. However, it is big. It's for a 4x4, and it's gonna have the fuel capacity to get us to our points. We have 2 points along the way from if we head out east from here. One's gonna be El Centro Naval Air Base, and if that doesn't work out, we're gonna go down to Mitre Lake right outside of Yuma, Arizona. So that should get us out to there.
Okay, and what are some main things that you need to have with you when you leave?
Well, I think one of the biggest things are like the basic essentials, because when you do leave, you don't know how long you're gonna be gone for, and you don't know what all you need as far as food and tools and just the basic items. But
Right.
in let's say a hypothetical situation, if there was a huge wildfire, and you had to leave, if I had to leave this area, I think it's safe to say that as soon as I get a couple hundred miles outside of San Diego, I could probably find a pretty safe shelter and everything. As far as, I could probably get a hotel, I could probably find food, because that fire will probably be contained within the San Diego area. However, say if it's an infectious disease that, is killing the entire city, that it's very possible that the rest of the country can be infected. Or affected rather, and in that situation, the supplies that I would take with me would be much different. But number one, water, just basic food. I'd take canned foods, canned vegetables, gasoline, and just basic like fire starting tools and iodine tablets. There's a huge list of things that I would personally take with me. Just depends on what mode of travel I have.
Okay, and there are 5 basic steps of a route assessment. The first one is area familiarization, which you've pretty much told us about. Identify possible routes and prioritize, and that's going to be the Google Maps and the other hardcore maps to use, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Pretty much what that would mean is, when you have a destination that you want to go to, essentially, especially in a evacuation setting, you need to find multiple routes. So, and you need to have a primary route that you're going to take, and if those routes don't work out, you need to have areas along that route that you can get off on, and essentially find a roundabout road or a way to get to that location.
Okay, and a lot of people say that you should actually drive the route that you're planning on taking. Do you feel like that's necessary?
Absolutely. The main reason I say that is because when you drive somewhere, you know how to get there. You might have some confusing directions, and the first time, in the event of you get lost, or you get a GPS issue or something like that, in a non-emergency situation, you can figure it out. So when that emergency situation actually happens, you know what to do. It's not the first time, and you're not running around driving all over the place, lost with very little fuel, rather, that is.
Okay, and this one says document your prioritized routes on the map. Does that mean like color code which routes you should take by which was more important, less important? I mean, how do you do that?
Absolutely. There's actually a couple of different ways to do that. So if we look at like a basic map like this. This right here, this is a full map of the U.S. and it's gonna have practically every major interstate. So if you have a primary location to get from somewhere, like for example, if we look down here, you have Birmingham, Alabama, and Atlanta, and the main highway you could take is Highway 20. So you can highlight that. But personally, what I would do is I would go into Google Maps and I would get step-by-step direction from location to location, and I would, you can highlight it, but personally I would just print it out. That's what I would do. But it's always important to have the priority ones, and I would just, on the printouts, just indicate somehow which one's the primary route and which one's the alternate routes.
Okay, well, we're so glad you came in to talk to us today. Thank you.
Thank you.